Welcome back. Now, earlier we talked about pain being the root of attachment. Boy, do they talk a lot about this in the Buddhist philosophy. They consider this a number one with a bullet. Your attachment to people, your attachment to things, your attachment to the past and the future, and here, your attachment to your own pain. And here's how you decide how much attachment you have to it. Notice your compulsion to think about it. Why is that a number one with a bullet the most fascinating thing in your mind? The thing that takes up most of your time is thinking about your own pain. So notice that you are choosing pain. Why? Because we choose what we think about. You'll have an impulsive thought come in your mind. You'll think about something 2 or 3 times, and you'll notice it, and you'll say that's negative, classic Paul maneuver. And then you'll let it go. If you let it keep running, now that you know these skills, and once you practice them, you'll say, why am I choosing pain? Because I knew I shouldn't let this run this long, and I did, and that's why I feel so bad. So now begin to ask yourself, why? Why am I choosing this pain? Well, I'm going to give you a reason right here, one of the insidious reasons why you do it. Your ego, that defective part of you, when you focus on something that isn't you, remember we said the ego isn't really you, it's a false you. Whenever you focus on something that isn't you, that's painful, that's distracting, you feed the ego. The ego becomes stronger. The ego loves pain. It feeds on pain. It's like a pain monster. It's like blood to a vampire. The ego feeds on pain. It loves it. This is why you choose pain. And the ego says, oh, you need me to protect you. We're going to think about this pain until it goes away. This is like beating yourself over the head with a hammer, and the ego jumps in and says, I'll save you. We're not quitters. We're going to keep pounding you on the head until this pain goes away. Well, I suppose when you go away, the pain will go away, but that's about the only way this plan would ever work. It is so stupid. Oh, no. It's painful thinking about how stupid it is. Oops, that fed the ego. We choose pain because it feeds the ego. It's a sick part of our mind that likes to roll in our pain. It's like a pig that likes to roll in the mud. You and I don't roll in the mud, so if you find yourself rolling in the mud, your ego, your little pig brain is taken over. This is you rolling in the mud. Stop. Stop feeding the pain. Stop feeding the ego. Say, no, no, my ego wants me to feel like this. My ego wants me to feel bad. A huge part of Buddhism and Zen is about getting away from distractions. And the leading cause of distraction is pain. Emotional pain, worry, guilt, regret, past, future, never being in the now. All these things that distract you and take you away from the now. They're insidious. That's why you got to read that book by Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now. If you can get that one piece down, that's the hardest piece to get in all of Zen. And he's got a book on nothing but that. Beautiful. To get rid of these distractions. Most people live their life in distraction. Around the clock. They're thinking repetitive thoughts about work. They're thinking about repetitive thoughts about the ride to work. They think the same repetitive thoughts when they're brushing their teeth. Remember I said 99.99% of your thoughts are the same and are boring? Why? Because you're distracting yourself with the same BS over and over and over again. Because if you stay distracted from reality, you live in the false realm of ego. Ego lives in virtual reality, fake reality. You, who you really are, lives in reality. And if it can get you, if it can pull you off your game, get you out of your circle and into this false reality, it owns your ass. It knows that. All I've got to do is distract you and I own you. Distract you and I own you. Distract you and I own you. Come back to awareness and you're free. Back to awareness and you're free. It hates that. It's going to immediately try to say, but worry about this, but worry about this, but worry about this. The news knows that people work like this. It tries to distract you. Hey, you should be worried about this and this and this and this and this and this and this. And why does it use almost exclusively negative stuff? Because it knows that the most distracting thing is the negative, the pain, and that it feeds that ego. And that ego, because it's running rampant in every human being, except maybe you and I, because we've figured it out now. It's running rampant in those. That mindless ego loves all that BS that they feed you on the news every single day. Sucks it up like nectar, like blood for a vampire. It just absolutely loves it. Step outside of it. Don't play the game. Now, finally, to wrap this up, I want you to embrace your gifts. How? By focusing only on your gifts. You are a beautiful, kind, loving person. Everybody is. When we get rid of this ego, when we get rid of these distractions. So now's the time to say, I am that person, and to focus only on your gifts, not on your deficits, not on your problems, not on the past, not on the future. Say, what is great about me? And focus on that. Then once you focus on it, I want you to pay attention to, and I want you to build your gifts, strengthen your gifts, and then use the power of your gifts to move you forward. That's what you're there for. Say, I'm a good, kind, loving person. I want you to build that sense and pay attention to the fact that you're good, kind, and loving. Then I want you to say, how can I be good, kind, and loving in my life? And how can that help me in my health, in my finances, in my relationships, in my job, in the way I interact with other people? And then you'll have a beautiful life. Now, know that your gifts are always more than enough to see you through. You know, they say life won't give you more than you can handle. I don't know if that's always true, but sometimes you crash for a little while. But then when you dust yourself off and you pick yourself back up, your gifts will help to see you through. You are always enough. You can handle everything. Think back on how many times you thought you couldn't handle things. I'll tell you how that's a lie. You're still here. You're still alive. You're still above ground. You have beaten every challenge they've ever thrown at you. You have taken on all comers. And you can say, well, other people helped me, or there was this or that, I got lucky. That may be true. But what's also true is you had to go through it. And you had to come out the other end. And you weren't strong enough to do it probably when you got into it, but you were strong enough to handle it when you got out. You can handle it. You will handle it. And you're going to be great at it. And later you'll be stronger for it. I also want you to enjoy all facets of the journey. Life is to be enjoyed. Remember we said the purpose of life was to live, to love, to learn, to leave a legacy? It's also to enjoy all the facets of life. We said Zen is about being fully alive and absorbing everything. I want to make sure that you remember that. I want to leave you with that. And I want to make sure that you're strong about going after that. And know that you are your only serious block. If you don't stop you can do anything. You need to get the hell out of your own way. That's your biggest block. Wow, did that go quick? Hey everybody, my name is Professor Paul. I'm with Advanced Ideas, where our goal is to make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. We've got some additional free materials for you. Just go to www.myadvancedideas.com and you'll find a lot of free resources there. Also check us out on our YouTube channel. Just search for Advanced Ideas. You'll find us there. I want to thank you. It's been an honor and a pleasure working with you. I love to hear from you. So feel free to message me if you have any questions or you want to give me any feedback on the training or tell me about your experience. I love to hear from students. Thank you so much. Use these gifts. This course is yours for life. You can go in here anytime. Feel free to download it. Print screen anything you want, go over it again and again until you have that life second to none. Thank you so much.